Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. It's Briggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Briggs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were up.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. It's a little bit of a turnover. He went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
Got to do what you got to do, man. Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. 46 yards. ends. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Briggs.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the outside.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. "21-0 our score after 1.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to have the Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Now a give right side. It's Briggs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. They'll try the left side. Briggs. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They'll run on first down. It's Briggs. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Falcons! A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Briggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
He's got a man complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly Well,
we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The quick slant caught.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Briggs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is...
It's caught at the 10. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. The throw over the middle taken in. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays.
Laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. 2nd and long. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
He'll let one go deep for Howard. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Briggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Back to throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Now he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This defense, tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.